Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of Sistas. This is season 3, episode 5, and it was titled Being a Boy. Alright, before I jump into this recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me along with the share button. Alright, y'all, let's just jump into this, okay? So we pick up back where we left off at, where Andi talking about something, she don't want to do this, and they like, you sure, girl, you sure? So then Danni was like, all right, girl, well, let's go, let's get your clothes on, let's get you home and stuff. So then she was just standing there, not moving, like shell shocked, like. And so Bree was like, is you sure y'all want to do this? And Fatima was like, you sure y'all want to do this? She was like, no. I said, girl, come on. Like, how long we going to stand in this wedding dress? So then Fatima was like, girl, it's just getting married. Like, you don't have to do this right now. If you want to wait, you can wait or whatever. Everybody agreeing. Fatima, like, because Andi was like, well, I just feel bad because he did all this and stuff. She was like, don't feel bad. Like, it's going to be okay if he wanted you to... If he want to get married to you, he'll wait or whatever. Don't feel bad. Like, this, he did this on his own. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with you or whatever. She was like, but he went through all this trouble and stuff. And Danni like, so what? Like, girl, bye. If he loves you, he'll be willing to do this all over again or whatever. He'll understand. And so Bree was like, well, the best thing out of this is you'll find out how he'll react when you say no. So they was like, yeah, you're right. Because, you know, Gary can go off like that. So, she was like, all right, but, I just want to tell him alone. I don't want to tell him in front of everybody. Here go Danni. He wanted to do all this in front of everybody that he can be told no in front of everybody, whatever. Her and Fatima, they clicking and no one, like, yeah, girl, yes, exactly. I like you. I knew I was going to like you for a reason. And so Danni was like, yeah, Fatima, but I'm still watching you, girl. I'm still watching you. She was like, well, what I do? She was like, the Zack thing, that's just messy, girl. That's just all messy and stuff. So she was like, then they finally realized, like, oh, wait a minute, this is about Andi. So they look over at Andi and was like, oh, okay. And so Bree like, well, what you want to do? You want to tell him in front of us, or do you want to tell him alone? So Andi was like, I just want to tell him alone. So Bree was like, all right, I'm going to go get him or whatever. So Bree goes to leave him. Danni like, well, I'm staying right here. She was, so Andi was like, girl, just be on the other side of the door. Please, like, go on the other side or whatever. So she finally leave. They go out to get Gary. Fatima, Bree, and Danni, they go out to get Gary. Gary, like, is she ready? Then they're like, no. He was like, look, why not? Like, y'all talked her out of it, didn't you? And they just looking. And he like, y'all talked her out of it. So then he got 100 questions over and over again. And he like, well, I know you don't like me or whatever. Danni like, look, that's the understatement. I can't stand your ass. Like, I don't like you. Your existence bothers me. I was like, damn, not your existence. So then they go into this whole thing where she's telling him, like, she don't like him, and Gary trying to, plead his case. Well, I'm a good guy. And they like, well, that's the epitome of that's what all good guys say. That's not really good or whatever. No, because what did he say? No, he said, I'm not a bad guy. And so they was like, that's what all bad guys say, that they're not bad guys or whatever. And then he goes into, you just got to get to know me or whatever. And then he was like trying to go back to the back to talk to Andi, but every time he went back, they was like, no, stop. I got something to say. And so Danni was like, you need to take your ass down that hallway and talk to her before I talk to her for you, because she gonna be saying all this baby. I'm not gonna be so nice or whatever. And so then he like, all right, I'm gonna go. Then Bree like, no, let me tell you something about her. Okay, she's beautiful, she's smart, she intelligent, she a successful woman, and she make her decisions all on her own. He was like, oh, okay, I bet she do. All right, I'm gonna go talk to her. Then they like, no. So then Fatima want to say something, talking about some, you remember you did this, okay? You did this with the crazy wife and all this other stuff, and you built this on a shaky foundation, and then Danni going to, and the foundation ain't strong, and everything weak, and all this other stuff. So he like, oh, okay, these bitches crazy. So he finally goes to the back, right? So he finally goes to the back. So Aaron's standing there because he's just like, oh, okay, how y'all doing? And so they like, well, how you know him, Mr. Preacher? And he was like, I met him at the men's group and stuff, at a support group. What kind of support group is this? Because y'all is failing to support him. Like, y'all got some more resources and stuff. I was cracking up. So in the back, he telling her that she looked beautiful. She telling him like, you look handsome and stuff. They doing all that stuff. They like, oh, I'm just, you're so beautiful. You're just so beautiful. You're just so beautiful. You're so handsome. I love you. I love you too. I love you too. But I can't do this. You can't. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. This was a surprise to you. I know it was, but I remembered our first date when you had spoke about this. So I just wanted to do this for you or whatever. I know. It was so sweet, but I just can't. I want to, I want to, but I just want to do it right. This is not for me. This is not for me. He was like, all right, understand. People change, decisions change, it's fine. Okay, one day soon. He's like, yes, one day soon. All right, I love you. No, but I love you. I said, oh my God. Come on. So then he was like, well, I talked to my therapist about this, and we was talking, and he was like, well, what if she says no? And I'm like, what you mean? What if she says no? Like, I'm the bomb.com. Like, what are you talking about? But then I thought about it, and this is okay, because I love you enough to wait or whatever. She was like, okay, all right, this is good. He was like, but you can't keep the dress. What? No, now you need to say yes. I need to keep this dress. Say yes. And so he said yes. And I'm like, but girl, he already saw you in the wedding dress. Why you gonna keep a wedding dress he done already saw you in? That don't even make no sense. But whatever. Who is me? He leaves. She start twirling around in the dress because she all excited. So then we come back from like a commercial, and then Aaron was talking. So I guess he was telling them how he knew Gary, or how he got linked up with Gary or whatever. And then they was like, oh, okay, well, at least he in therapy and stuff, and he getting his mind right. Well, hopefully, he'll continue. So Aaron was like, yeah, because he's smart and he doing therapy. And then they like, well, smart ain't got nothing to do with crazy. And they like, And he was like, well, just have faith or whatever. So then Bree starts asking him questions about Karen. He tells them that he really likes Karen a lot, but she's still stuck on Zack or whatever. So then they're like, let's not bring up Zack. And so he's like, well, what you mean? What's going on? So then Fatima tells him how she was dating him, but she didn't know. She got to keep throwing that out there that she didn't know. And now, it ain't no more. So he was just like, oh, okay. So then Andi and Gary, they walk out in their outfits of the suit. I think he still had his suit on, and she walked out with her little work suit on or whatever. And then they was both hugged up and smiling and stuff. And they was just like, he was like, well, she said no. She says no. And Danny was like, you still smiling? What's going on? He was like, we just gonna wait till later. It's okay. It's all right. So he was like, I just brought you down here, what did he say? Something about he brought them down there and he want to take them out for dinner. Here go Fatima and Bree talking about something. Well, I got plans and stuff. Danny was like, these bitches ain't got no plans, okay? They just don't want to deal with your ass, okay? And let's just get this straight, okay? I want my money. Where's the $500 that I was promised and stuff? I was cracking up. I said, she is not forgetting that $500. But before they did all that, Fatima had said something about she put Zack out. And so Danny was like, he gotta stop doing that. And so then they was like, well, he keeps moving in with women and stuff. He wants a woman to take care of him. And Fatima was like, well, I don't feel like that's what it is or whatever. He just trying to find himself. And so they was like, girl, it sounds like you making excuses for him. And so then Bree and Danny said, you making excuses for him. Here go Aaron. Yeah, well, it sounds like you making excuses for him. They was like, ain't nobody talking to you. I was cracking up. Anyway, at the salon, Zack come in. He bossing up, child, because he then got him some new poom, so he ain't even worried about Karen pussy no more. He more focused on Fatima and stuff, child. So he come in there, and Karen want to talk. So I guess she wanted to, I don't know what she was trying to do, because she never really got it out, but it sounded like she was trying to get on the same page with him to maybe restart their relationship or whatever, because she was saying like, when you told me how I made you feel, it hurt me or whatever. And so he was like, well, I'm sorry that I shared my feelings and my feelings hurt you and stuff. She was like, no, that's not it. I'm just saying I didn't know you was going through that until you voiced it in that way, and then I understood it or whatever. And so she was still trying to get out whatever the hell she was trying to get out. He was like, look, you like to talk, so I'm going, can I talk or whatever? She was like, go ahead and talk. So he was saying like, Fatima built him up. Like, he didn't figure out what he want in life, and he got that boost from Fatima. Like, what did he say? He was saying like, she uplifts me, she showed me what I was missing and what I needed, and now my life is changing for the better, so I'm going after her with all my heart or whatever. I wish you all the best, but I'm done. And so she was just sitting there looking stuck, and he was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. We are done. This is done. Like, I'm done. And so then he was walked to the door and was like, unlock this door. I said, okay. Okay, Zack, you done bossed up. All right, Fatima done got that snapper, and she done snapped you out of whatever you was into with Karen. I said, And then we saw this pointless little scene with Maurice and Q. Basically, Maurice was trying to ask Q why he was trying to be Dr. Phil or something, child. Because he was trying to get into Q mind and keep him safe and off the streets and tell him to stop stealing and stuff like that. And Q basically was like, I steal because I want to. He ain't really want to divulge nothing to Maurice or whatever, because he was just like, I like to steal, so I steal. But Maurice was trying to get to the core root of why he steal, but Q ain't really want to tell him. So Maurice kept saying, well, you going to jail, you going to jail. But then in the end, he just let Q walk out the apartment. So I was just like, what was the point of the scene? Like, what was the purpose? Y'all let me know, because I missed the whole purpose of it. We see Fatima, she walking out her room, child. I said, who wraps their hair like that? All she did was put the scarf on top and then the child out. Anyway, the phone ringing, so she gonna answer her phone, and Zack on the phone talking about something. Oh, I'm on my way. She was like, what? And then he hung up the phone, so she hurries back into her room and takes her scarf off. I said, girl, bye. Gary, he in the bed, Andi in the bathroom, so he's talking to Andi through the door and stuff like that. She come out, because he kept saying like, I'm tired, it was a long day, I'm tired, I'm sleepy or whatever. She come out, child, sexy in that red lingerie, the little red bra, her little red robe, her little red lacy drawers on, child. She was cute. Okay, titties was hoisted. She was looking cute. Okay, so she come out there, and she was like, so you still tired? He was like, I mean, not no more. So she was like, come to me, daddy. So he go over there in slow motion, walking over. I said, can he move any slower out the bed, child? So he come over there to her, and she was like, look, I just want you to know that I worth it or whatever. He was like, oh, I worth the wait. He was like, I already know that or whatever. So she was like, all right, I'm going to show you this new trick I learned. So she was finna go down. And then he was like, nope, bring it back up. I said, what the fuck? What's going on with you, Gary? So he was like, nope, I'm going to just go to sleep. So I said, oh, God, he is in his feelings. As soon as he was like, he going to go back to sleep, I said, he in his feelings because she slept with some dude. And I was right. He going to tell my son, because she was like, what? You want to go to sleep? I'm looking like a whole buffet, and you want to go to sleep? Like, what is you talking about? And he was like, look, I just want to go to sleep. So she was like, I want to show you this new trick. He was like, look, you making this extra hard. You making this extra hard. I'm just going to go to sleep. She was like, well, I just want to show you this. Look, don't be talking about this new. I'm trying to work through my therapy. You can't say you learned something new. Okay, you can't say that. You F dude, and then my mind go to you that learned something from him. She was like, for the record, Karen was reading this magazine, and this new move was in this magazine, and I learned it from the magazine. He was like, but still, I'm just gonna go to sleep. So they get in the bed, child, and turn no lights off or nothing like that. She mad, he mad, ain't nobody sleeping. So then we at Danny's house. So Danny, she come home. Rodeo still got his little Kentucky bluegrass on or whatever it's called. And he knocked out on the bed sleep. So she like, what the hell is this shit? So she go turn it off. She wake him up and she like, well, you okay? Or is you some little hillbilly in the bed or whatever? He was like, oh, my music. I forgot to turn it off. So, she like she feel like when she hear that music, it's white men and what's them damn cool overalls ready to lynch some people or whatever like that. He was like, no, baby, I just like listen to the music and stuff. So he was saying how he missed her all day and stuff, and he want to just hold her before she get in the shower. I said, oh, you know I love me some Preston. So he want to hold her and stuff, and so then she tells him how Gary tried to force Andy into getting married and stuff like that. And he like, oh, that sounds crazy. So she was like, yeah, he crazy. He was like, obviously. Them two, he cracking me up. So then he was like, well, you know, because she was saying, like, to me, it was manipulative and controlling and stuff like that. But, like, that was her fantasy. So what do I know and stuff? So he was like, well, if I ever want to marry you or whatever, I'll be sure that you know. So she was like, yeah. Then her eyes got all big. And then I was like, Danny, don't go left with it. And so then, child, she gets up and was like, well, I'm going to go take my bath or whatever. So then she go grab her phone, go into the bathroom, turn on the sink. She called Bree up. And then she like, Bree, what are you doing? Bree like, well, I'm home, but I'm finna go to Karen's house or whatever. So she was like, girl, he's talking about marriage and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if I can marry him. Like, what is going on and stuff. So then she was like, well, what is the problem? She was like, well, he be listening to Kentucky bluegrass, and then he always talking about cows and stuff. And Brie pretty much over it. She was like, this sound like me and Calvin. She like, no, there's no comparison to that. Don't do that to me. Don't do me. And so she was like, well, I'm just saying, like, Brie was pretty much over it because she like, these ain't real issues, Danny. Like, what is the real issues? So then they end up hanging up or whatever. Child, back with Andi and Gary, of course they not really asleep. So he like, you up, duh. So he apologizes, she apologizes. And then he says that he has to get past this and stuff. And so she like, well, you know, we weren't together when it happened or whatever. He was like, I understand that, but the thought of somebody else on top of you just makes me mad. It pisses me off or whatever. So he said, but he working through it in therapy. So she was like, oh, okay, baby, it's all right. So then she started giving him kisses and stuff. And mind you, she got this bright red lipstick on. So when she kissing him, she leaving like little kissy marks on his body and stuff. So, you know, that's cute, romantic and stuff. She trying to get back into the spirit of things. And he like, no, we can't. I can't. And so I'm thinking, when he came over, and was this when he gave her the ring and stuff? Before they got shot. Before he got shot. Whatever the hell he was doing in their house. Didn't they bow Chicky Wow Wow? Why wasn't he thinking about all of that when they bowed Chicky Wow Wow at that point, before Jasmine came in there and shot up the scene? Like, y'all did it before. So now, because she in the red lingerie and she said she want to try something new, now you thinking, boy, bye. So anyway, he like, well, you know, my jealousy, he said something, I think he said he effed up or something like that, because he was saying my jealousy gets ahead of me and stuff like that, and when I feel like when men talk to you, I just want to break their jaw and stuff. I said, damn, that's a little bit violent, ain't it? She was like, but you know, I'm not a possession. And he was like, yeah, I understand that and stuff. So she was like, okay, well, you need to turn it off. He was like, well, I can't turn it off or whatever. I just can't do that. But you know, so she was like, oh, okay. He was like, it's not okay. It's not okay. He was like, look, I can't even get hard when I think about you and him. I said, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. So anyway, and she was just looking like, well, damn, what I got to do? So anyway, he said he want to drink. She like, no, baby, don't get no drink. Just lay here, baby. It's gonna be okay. Like, we gonna work through this or whatever. So then she just lay it on him and stuff, and then she rubbing on his, you know, his washboard abs and stuff like that. And she had some abs too. I said, damn, Andi, if I ain't like food, I like food too much. you can't eat to get no damn abs. And then you gotta work out. I don't like working out, so I ain't never gonna have no damn abs. That's a shame. But her abs was on point, okay? But anyway, he like, baby, that ain't helping. She like, I can't even touch you. He like, no. I said, oh my God, Gary getting on my damn nerves. That is exactly what I wrote. When she started, I said, Gary getting on my damn nerves. He was getting on my nerves. Because he like, that ain't even helping. She like, oh my God. He was like, let's just go to bed. I said, all right. So they go to sleep, try to go to sleep again. I said, ain't nobody turn no light off or nothing, Jesus. And then he was like, Andy. She was like, yes, baby. Did y'all do it in this bed? What? No. And then, so she rolls over. I said, Lord, have mercy. We see Zack. We didn't see him. We see Fatima. She come out her room. All she did was fluff up her hair. Or maybe she washed her kitty cat. Who knows, child? Because I don't know why she went to the bedroom. She comes to the door. Who is it? Like, you knew it was going to be Zack. But Zack come in there. She opened up the door. He started kissing on her and stuff. I said, damn, nigga, hold up. So then she like, He like, I want you. And I know you want me right now. And so she like, we can't do this because you love Karen. I know she still love you and stuff. He like, oh my God, why we gotta talk about Karen? I don't want to talk about Karen and stuff. So she was like, you got to go, okay? He was like, I ain't going back to that cheap ass hotel. She was like, well, call Karen up. He's like, oh my God. Like, stop trying to act like you don't want me or whatever. And so, he was like, look, I just finished drinking a bottle of Henny, okay? You know how that Henny get me. So I want to feel good. I want you to feel good. Tell me what you want. So she was like, all right, but we ain't gonna do that making love shit, okay? He was like, all right, what you want? She was like, I want you to F me. I said, oh God, yes. So then they go over to the kitchen, child. They on the island. Ooh, child. So it was some little bow chicky wow going on that island with the head and y'all know what I'm talking about. And then it was the kitchen table bow chicky wow from the bag, like boom, boom, boom. And then it was some couch bow chicky wow with her like boom, boom, boom. And then she was choking him out. I was like, what? Oh Lord, sign me up, Jesus, sign me up. I'm so lonely. Anyway, so they doing all that. We see Bree. She at Karen's house. I said, Lord, what time is it? These people just be coming to people's houses all types of the night. Okay, so she at Karen's house and she asking Bree asking Karen if she all right. So she like, yeah, I'm good, whatever. Did Andy do it? She like, no, she didn't do it. Oh God, praise God, thank God, or whatever. So Bree like, but you know you can't live her life for her or whatever like that. She was like, I'm not trying to live her life. I just want her to make good decisions. So she was like, are you jelly of her? She was like, jealous? Why? Girl, you got to go. She was like, no, I'm just asking you a question. She was like, why would I be jealous of her? I just want her to be happy, okay? And her being with him is not it. Just like what makes me mad is her being with him, okay? Like, no, So she was like, all right. She was like, girl, just go. Just lock the door behind me. Next time, call, okay? I said, exactly. Y'all ain't got no phones or nothing. A pigeon, a smoke signal, something, child. But anyway, so she go on back to her room. So Bree finna leave. When Bree opened up the door, Aaron on the other side, I said, here he go. No call, just a show. So he just show up. So Bree like, Karen, she was like, girl, just go. She was like, you got a visitor. So Karen come out there. She like, what in the world? So when Bree leaves, she tells her to call Andy. So she like, why is you here? He was like, well, I just came to check up. She was like, yeah, check up on me or whatever. And so he was like, well, I did. She was like, you ain't called. He was like, I did call, but either you blocked me or your phone off. She was like, I ain't block you. Oh, with your phone off? Yeah. I just ain't want to talk to nobody. He was like, oh, okay. So then he was like, well, you know, since you okay, I'm going to just leave or whatever. She was like, well, you here, you might as well stay. Ain't no point in you leaving or nothing like that. You might as well stay. So then he was like, all right. She was like, well, since you wanted to check up on me or whatever. And he was like, yeah, and I want to make love to you. I said, oh, okay, Aaron. Okay. And then it went off. I said, God damn, at least we got one Bow Chicky Wow scene this episode. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all felt about this episode down there in the comments. Gary getting on my last nerve. I'm about tired of his square ass head. I'm tired of him, okay? Because he getting on my nerves. First, you was doing good. Now you reverting back. Come on, Gary. Come on. Come on now. First, you bow chicky wow wow with her before Jasmine put the rubber bullets in your body, but now you don't want to bow chicky wow wow. Maybe you need more rubber bullets to reset your brain or something like that, because, he getting on my nerves, child. Anyway, y'all, if y'all not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit me with the thumbs up button along with the share button. All right, y'all, until next time, peace.